Fabulous and furry episode of Good Dunning here. Welcome to Wednesday, the middle of your week. And yeah, how are we doing here? I had quite an interesting night. And so, yeah, here we are. And here you all are. So, welcome. And thank you, Laura, for last night. Laura, if you missed last night with Laura B., our Tuesday night energetics with What's Up with Tarot and Oracle with Laura B. Check it out. There's always, with Laura, there's something for everybody. So if you didn't catch it, definitely rewatch. You get, in the beginning there, you get the group reading. And then at the end, she does a spectacular 1, 2, and 3 pick a card there. So kisses to all. But yeah, all right. So welcome today. We are going to work on palm reading. Of course, today, backwards, but the lines of the palm. We're going to start with the 1, 2, 3, and the heart line today. So card number 22. So actually kind of going through it. There's 100 cards. So we're already up to card number 22. Care Bear. Take a moment, everybody, and as we did in Victor's Truth Wave there, and I'm usually in the dawning. I'll say hi in the chat and get ready, and then like at the end where it says hug, I kind of, but I'm getting ready, but it's on in the background. All right, so give a moment to Care Bear, who's saying her throat is she had a, and I posted it in Care Bear. I posted, I was up late last night and I saw your link. So we posted it in our Discord, but favor to your health there. So those who got up and I saw the Discord there, yeah, so apparently Care Bear canceled the show, Karen canceled her show due to not feeling well. So the energies that are moving through you, Karen, big healing love and favor there, and heal to your family. So if you want to take a moment and hold Care Bear, Karen, in your highest energy there for healing love and light, as we're not going to say even what symptoms she has because she's healthy, right? But yeah, so but we support you and hope to see you back in the dawning there tomorrow. She won't be live next week, but she has been going live at 8:30 my time, 6:33 or 6:30, but 8:30 in the a.m. She's been going East Coast time live on her channel. She did yesterday, so and she shall be again. So check that out. All right. So today we're going to work with the Kyle Gray Divine Masters deck, as well as we have green fluorite. But because it does physically have a tip right there, even though it's a polished piece of green fluorite, kind of chunk, we can use that and will. So Dale, good dawning. So we will use the green fluorite, and there's all kinds of interesting energies. Green fluorite embraces a new, fresh start. And I thought, with the way my universe is and the energies that I've been encountering, which is all kind of new, we will go over that. New, fresh start. Of course, green fluorite also works with letting go, growth, transformation. I'm reading here. Nurturing heart chakra. We haven't done a lot with the heart chakra. We're working with the root and sacral chakras, and mental clarity and emotional healing. And to whoever read my aura last night, I'd asked because people were able to read aura, right? So there's a couple in the chat who was reading auras, and I know Lucky, and there's one other person there. And so my aura came out orange, and I looked it up, and orange is the auric of creativity. And so as I am sitting here on YouTube, and there you guys are like, he's got an orange aura. Yeah, it fits, and it fits the sacral chakra. So I learned something last night. So my sacral chakra is way more healed than I thought. If I'm able to throw off a green aura, then I've done some heavy healing or not green aura, a orange aura. Then green from the floor right here. Orange aura, then I've done some heavy healing because orange is the color of creativity. It's also the color of your sacral chakra. It's the healed color, like the blue is your throat chakra. So it's the color of your healed sacral chakra. And so you can't heal your sacral chakra unless you've healed your root chakra. So what I got last night is a lesson that a lot of my traumas are healed. Because you can't throw off an orange aura unless you have a semi or rather healed or rather functional sacral chakra. And you can't have a functional sacral chakra unless you have a functional root chakra. And then learning all that blew my mind, blew my energy, and really shows the progress. So, yeah, so we don't think astral photography or oral, not astral, but like oral photography is, I never really thought about it and is any big deal. But now that I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, I'm putting off an orange aura in a creative space. Healing. So there's more healing that's actually been done than I truly truly can see or have thought. Either way, I'm grateful. So thank you last night, though. Thank you all. I think she said mine was blue, yellow, and white. Blue is the throat chakra, from what I can recall. White is super rare. White and golden is like one of and is like super super rare. I did see that. So yeah, definitely check that out, Laura, as well. Seeker of Truth. All right, Shelley. Good dawning, Fatima, Lara B, Brother Bonnie. Good dawning to everybody here. Yes, Laura. She said blue in the hands. I have an app that takes. Really, there's an app that'll take our. What kind of phone do you have, Jolly? Is that a iPhone or is it an Android phone? If it's an Android phone, what's the app? I mean, but I'll go in the store and take a look. But yeah, that would be amazing to be able to do from your phone, take oral photography there. So yeah, let us know what you got there. What is yeah, exactly. Here's Truthwave. Victor's like, what's the name of that app? So we're all now you got our Jolly's piquing our attention here, and we're grateful. Please definitely share that. Grace, good dawning. iPhone, but I'm sure you can get it on the Google store. So yeah, whatever the name is there, let us know. Um, all right, so now we're all waiting with bated breath here. So while we do, so we're not going to ground into anything until we see the name of the app there, but it's RO. Enter. Here we go. Let's pin this, and I'm going to pin this. There you go. I pinned it so you guys don't have to chase the chat. So that's the app. That's the Apple version. There may be an Android version as well, but definitely check the app out there. And yeah, you can take astral or not astral, but auroral photography. Here we go. Auroral photography, aural photography. The aural and energy, and another one is Aurelia. There we go. So yeah, check those out, guys. But yeah, so finding out that I was orange there showed more healing, and then I had a situation last night that I'm not going to go to on YouTube, but even showed more healing than I think I've ever knew I even had was capable of. So in a lot of ways, the karmic kid that could have been me, you could call me like karmic kid, is faded fast because there's no more karmic. The karmic energy in my universe is pretty much fading out. I can feel my chakras, and there's a big change that's been going on. And I can't speak for any of you guys. You want to put in the chat where you're at, but for me, I've been going through a massive square up, and so yeah, and it's feeling amazing because a lot of the old energies that I used to carry around, the energies of anxiety and fear and whatnot, are gone. At least they have been. I'm not looking for them or anything. I'm not. They're not. I'm not. If they're playing hide and seek, then we can let them hide. But so yeah. So from your end, what energies have you noticed that might be shifting in your frame as all the astrology shifts here, and we're out of the Mercury retrograde ends on the 7th, grateful and thankfully. But so from your end, um, downloading it now, it's hard and heavy carrying your old weight. Exactly. So when it really releases, and it has over the past few weeks, and it's releasing more and more every day, I can just sit in so much more peace. Everything's more clear. And you ever walked outside and it's like, wait a minute, what am I seeing here? So favor to that. But let's do some grounding here. First thing we're going to do is work with the cards. And so we're going to work with the Divine Masters cards. Shuffled these a couple times before the show, but we'll do a quick shuffle and see what we've got. Witchy Trista, good dawning to you. And hopefully everybody's having a peaceful day. Whatever you're looking for in your universe, I would highly, from my universe to yours, recommend grounding in peace first before you do anything else. Because if you're looking for abundance and you're not grounded in peace, you're going to be in anxiety looking for it. Most likely, not always the case. If you're looking for something and you haven't grounded in peace first, the emotion of what you're looking for may overwhelm. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Thank you, Jelly, for sharing that. All right, so the bottom card is, you already saw it, but the bottom card's the energetics that we're looking to achieve. And then the top three cards there, well, we could read it, but top three cards are how we get to the energetics. And this is by the Divine Masters deck by Kyle Gray. It's a real, it's on YouTube here, it's probably one of the most used decks. It's got a real light energy. If you ever pick up an Lana Fairchild deck, for example, that's a lot heavier. You can feel like the ancient energies. In this, it's like light and airy. And All right, so today, the first card. All right, Toth. Emerald tablets, Toth. Find your divine magic. Two shakes of a lamb's tail here. All right, I don't have the microphone on because I didn't charge the phone overnight. So, but Toth, the Emerald Tablets of Toth by Dora. Some say this is an adulterated version, but who really knows? But yeah, the Emerald Tablets of Toth, right? So find your magic, and you can find the magic in the universe within the And I did not plan this, right? We've never used this. So we get the Emerald Tablet card, right? So we have Toth with the Emerald Tablets. We got this sitting on this is the greenest thing I got. Next to the emerald, the actual emerald pillar that I have. But, so yeah. All right. So Toth, find your divine magic today, and the teacher awakens the student. The student becomes the master. So the student becomes the master. So Toth, step into, and I may throw the microphone on here if yeah, we can actually. We have enough juice Newton to do so here. So let's throw on the microphone. There we go. We wake it up. We throw this guy on. There we go. And we unplug the phone, right? You got a little dongle here. You shovel it in the hole. All right, into the USB-C port with you. All right, so that should sound a little clearer here. Just in case you're wondering, the equipment I'm using, it's a DJI Mic 2. Highly recommended. You get two of them if you buy the kit. And I bought an extra pin so it will connect and you don't break it. But so you get an extra mic, so you and a friend, and you can go over a football field length from the receiver with the microphone. So if you need to talk to your friend and do an interview a football field length away, you can, from end zone to end zone, you could do that. But all right, so find Toth there, find a divine magic, and the student does become the master. All right, so the next three cards to get to that energy today would be Mary Magdalene. All right, so not Mother Mary, but Mary Magdalene, and who she is, and Sacred Vessel, which you all are. You are the answer. Whatever you're looking for lies within yourself, generally speaking. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. Third card actually would be Paul. Second card for this. To get to your energy of Toth would be Paul the Venetian. We've seen him before as well. Paul, looking GQ there. Gifted one. Revealing hidden talents, opportunities to shine. So where can you shine, and what talents can you reveal today in your universe, to your universe, through your universe? What talents are you holding back that you're not shining? And then finally, last but not least, and this is the skinny version, not the rub the belly. And don't forget, if you ever see a big belly Buddha, your responsibility is to right hand rub it 3 times. And of course, Das Buddha, right? But rub the Buddha belly. But the Buddha, right? And this isn't the Buddha belly Buddha, but heightened awareness. Make peace with your thought. We're talking about peace, right? I love how the universe, if you really start grounding into it, because this is a bioreactive, a pure reactive toroidal field, we're going to discuss a few things here. It gets crazy. Make peace with your thoughts and your world. So are you making peace? Are you in peace? We're just talking about peace, and that's really what you want to ground into first before you do anything else. Because if you don't find peace in what yourself, then what you're looking for could be dervishing around in your universe, right? In your head, in yourself. Start with peace in anything. Peace is the best way, in my universe, at least, to grounding energies into peace first in myself, not peace in the greater source field is going to find its own peace within myself. If I'm in lack, if I need abundance, but I'm not seeing it, or it's not in my universe at this moment, right? Like I need money. We're using an example. I'm not stating this as well, but say I need money, right? So if I'm grounding in, I need money, then I'm going to throw that off. Here we go, like good dunning, right? I'm going to throw that off. And so I'm going to throw off the unpeace and the dervishment in my universe if I need money. And it's going to come off. It could come off in a dervished energy, where I'm in lack or what have you, or just a panic of needing money. But if I center myself in peace first, right? I'm peaceful. Then I can be grateful for the money coming in versus, I mean, I could still be that, but it's easier to center the peace first, put myself in a centered state where I'm in balance in my chakra system before I jump into, all right, let's figure out, or I need, or whatever it is. I can stand in my peace as that base energy first, shuffles. It changes everything outside of that because I've got the peace within myself. There's no more panic about what I need. I'm at peace. Then it's easier for me to ground into resources, what have you, and see how I can then from there move forward in my universe. So can you do that for yourself? Serena, good dunning. And if you're taking actually you're at work, but I say if you were in the bath there, but all right, so we'll go over this one quick more time here. Thoth, and if you haven't, Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean, Doral, translated by Doral. So this is technically the official version, but even that they, and I don't know who they are or how they would know, but say it's adulterated by Doral, but who really knows? That's the thing. We're in this toroidal field, and we don't really know what's real, what's not, this, that, or the other. To an extent, you have to follow what's real has to go through here. Filter it through your heart. I mean, everything that's coming at you, towards you, for you. Filter it through your heart if it's real, if it's not. And this, if their energy is real, if what you're seeing is real, what's the facade behind? There's lots of stuff going on this planet, and so try to see it. But if you're starting at peace, then you're not dervishing, and then you're, and then you can go from there. Thoth. All right, so find your divine magic, and again, the teacher awakens and the student becomes the master. And then we'll go back to Mary Magdalene, and we know who she was. And yeah, exactly. And so you sacred vessel, you are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. And what is your purpose? I'm sitting here in mine right now. So what is at least one of my purposes? Sometimes you don't know what your purpose is until it shows its face. Next would be Paul the Venetian again. And so Paul the Venetian, the gifted one, are revealing hidden talents and opportunities to shine. So find those opportunities. What is your hidden talent? Everyone has one. And if you're not at peace, you won't find it, right? Or you won't be able to ground into it. But what is your hidden talent there? And can you shine with it? And then finally, not the big happy Buddha, right? Rub belly Buddha, but serious Buddha. Exactly. So serious Buddha is telling us to get into heightened awareness and make peace with your thoughts in your world. And again, peace. It wouldn't show up if it wasn't important. And Chris, again, we mentioned it beforehand, but we also mentioned green, right? So I want you guys to understand and or see, and hopefully we can see how bigger this universe really is as we step up. Care Bear, Victor, my aura is yellow and silver. Wow, silver. I have no idea what a silver. That's amazing. But I know your aura, Care Bear's aura is really light. Like you can watch people. You ever watch somebody and you feel like you're watching 1,000-pound lead weight? It's like teacher from Ferris Bueller would be like, remember Bueller, the Holly Smoot, the Terrifac, right. So if you have a teacher, that's a heavy energy, right? It's just slow and heavy, and so yeah. Care Bear's energy, light and airy. You ever watch Care Bear? It's like watching this like really bouncy light energy. So yeah, so you can see that when you're grounding into energies in your universe, and so in this case, peace, right? So make peace in yourself, and then go out and tackle. You find peace in whatever situation you're trying to tackle, whatever's going on in your universe. You can find peace in it. Acceptance is always the key. And we live in such a grand toroidal field that it truly is a reactive state. So, I mean, it's kind of, when you really think about it here, and you have Thoth, who wrote the Emerald Tablets. I have 800 stones here, thanks to Chloe's crystals, right? And Chloe is fully funded, guys, if you didn't know. But so thanks to Chloe's crystals, I have a dozen and one crystals floating around this house and our apartment. And because of that, we just grabbed a random one today. I felt the energy of the fluorite, right? And so I grabbed it. But really, what are the odds that the only card that would really relate to anything, we don't have a Kermit card in here, something. The Kermit the Frog card, right? Hi-ho, your universe is going, right? We don't have that card. So in this case, we only have the Thoth card that would be the greenest card that you could probably get in any deck, right? Outside of, like you had a Kermit card. So I want you guys to start to see this and try to see this in your universe, right? The Emerald Tablets of Thoth. And we have, right. And if you guys can start to see that a little bit more, and then of course, when we're discussing peace, right? And so I'm sitting here telling you guys, if you make peace with yourself in your universe, it's easier to make peace, find your universe, right? Because you're at peace, you're not dervishing through, which is really true. You're not dervishing into panic energies. If you're at peace with yourself, you have trust. And that's where the trust can come in. So here's Buddha to back it up, telling you to make peace, right? You can see it backwards. If you had one of Krista's door mirrors, or grab a mirror, you could balance it backwards. But balance it correctly, but make peace. So I don't say anything to say. I just really, okay. So the other day I'm door dashing, and here's an example, and I may have even mentioned this, but I'm door dashing, and when I'm door dashing, it's like, all right, you're kind of just in your car doing food. So you make up a game. I started making up a game with my universe. Right, the first game. This was a while ago, and this was pre-door dashing, right? And I don't know if you guys do this with your angels and guides, but I'm being led to tell you to do this with your angels and guides to an extent. When you're out and about in your universe, do you? And this is going to be a good question. Do you have a setup with your angels and guides, like a communication setup? Easier said than done, but so important. I am totally making peace and highly suggest it. Exactly. Peace acceptance can be exactly. So if you're at peace, even the worst situation, it's like, I know I'm okay. Yeah, my universe may spin out but it may not cancel all that. But I know that me, the physical vessel, is okay, and you don't have to hold any of those emotions. Spot on, Lindsay. That is truly, truly spot on. I wish you could highlight a comment on YouTube. That's a really, Lindsay, that was a beautiful comment. Because yeah, if you're grounded in peace, everything else comes in ease. If you're not, then you're ripping into your universe. But to try to, not always, but you get what we're saying. If you're at a peaceful state, then you have to go out a bit. We'll see you live. PG, Josh, big, beautiful love, family. Be inspired and create your new you. All right. Krista, love you. Favor going out there or taking your dog or whatever you might need to be doing there. Big favor to you, Krista. We will see you in your live. And Krista will be live in 55 minutes or 65 minutes. So today's Wednesday, so it's the grand live with PG as well. So PG, rated PG, and Krista there. Although putting PG in front of Chat GPT probably won't. Not everything what we see, but I wonder if everything he's putting out there is PG rated, right? So to speak, from Chat GPT. But nonetheless, yeah, Krista and PG will be live at the top of the next hour here. So 53 minutes, 63 minutes, I should say. They'll be live. So in your universe, and I was kind of alluding to something here. Do you have a game that you set up? I set up a game with my guides, and this is a suggestion for that works well for me. I don't know about you, but I started seeing this about 2 years ago, year and a half ago. I started seeing one headlight, right? Occasionally. So I saw two in a row, like a car and then a car. And just jokingly, I said, all right, universe, throw me a third car with only like a bediddle. Remember that? You flick the bediddle. I don't know. But anyways, you flick the roof. That's an old deal. But right. And then whoever's the last one in the car didn't flick the roof, you give them up. We used to do that in high school. Or punch buggies, but there was more punch buggies back then. I haven't seen a punch buggy or even like one of the newer version Beatles in forever. But ever play punch buggy? But in your universe, though, so seriously. So I saw the 2-1 headlights, and then I'm like, all right, family, throw me another one, and we got a game here going on. Well, within a minute, there was another car with one headlight on. So at that point, it's like, all right, so we have a game. I'm like, the game's on. So now in my universe, if I see a car with a single headlight, thank you, family. And then there's usually two more because everything comes in threes anyways, right? So then there's usually two more to come behind that. So in my universe, I've set up games that have allowed my guides, my higher self, to communicate with me, right? So are you doing that in your universe? Are you calling out license plate numbers? Thank you, 777, right? You pull up and maybe you're going to the 7-Eleven, right? And you pull up and there's a 777 license plate. Do you thank your universe? There's communication going on. This is a living toroidal field, and what I'm getting at is everything. It goes deeper than we'll ever really conceptually probably even understand how much biofeedback and feedback from ourselves that we put out into the greater source field comes right back as return energies in coincidences, other things, people crossing our path, what have you. And if once we start to really really, really see that slug bug. Yes, punch bug. Exactly. Once we start to see that, then we can start to dance with the toroidal field, dance with the energies, as we did with pulling the emerald tablets and this, and then pulling the card of peace out of the Divine Masters deck. That was considered the card of peace, right? Buddha's bringing in the peace. And so Buddha, if you want to go with it, Buddha is sitting here validating what we are truly saying, what we are saying here. My content is rated PG 900. So, well, it's not rated X or triple X or NC-17. They're PG. I don't know if you could do NC-17 content or X-rated content on Chat GPT, anyways, and I really wouldn't want to find out. But nonetheless, just a play on your name. But so yeah, when you're out and about, when you're in your universe today, if you're driving around, set up a game. Talk to your. There we go. Are you talking to your guides out loud? Are you communicating and saying, "Hi, I'm here. Let's go. Let's do this." Whatever it is, they're here. They're right in your frame, and it's. I mean, yeah, you can talk to yourself, but it's inside yourself and be quiet. But if you're alone and there is you want to get your guide's attention, start talking out loud, really, hi. If you haven't done so, they will respond. And I highly recommend when you're out and about, Laura, okay, just tried the app. My main aura color is red and the aura shade is bright pink. Guess I haven't changed since I was told by my guide. That is amazing, Laura. All right, so I will definitely look for those apps on the Android platform when we are done here. I tried it again and it gave me a different result. So, but your aura can change based on your not the circumstances. You can change if you allow the circumstances to change you. But yeah, your aura can change based on all kinds of different things. Like right now, I'm probably glowing red, or not red, but orange again because I'm in that creative sacral chakra space. But what it might be when I'm sitting at peace, maybe, and not on YouTube or anything, maybe a whole different deal. I got so many questions on hearing my guides. You can throw them out there, Dale, if you want to throw a question out there. Absolutely, we're kind of making this a bit of a more free-form day, but yeah, throw that out there. Let's grab the palm cards. And if, Dale, you want to throw your question out there, that's certainly fine. All right, so I'm going to read a little bit here. This will be card 19. It's the lines of the palm. So if you've been joining us, or if you're on the replay or rewind and you're just finding us, we've been working with the lines and with palm reading. We've got a bunch of cards here. You'll see in a minute. We may not get through all these, but we've been working with palm reading. And so if you go to my community tab, by the way, all of the cards are being posted on the community tab. So we're up to card number 18. So I posted yesterday's 2 mounts, and now we're into the major lines on the hand. And so we will post these today as well. And so here we go. So the lines of the palm, and of course, as well, there's another post up there. I posted something else yesterday too. All right, so the lines of the palm, 19. Each palm is different. I'm just going to read these real quick. I may not even need to post these. Each palm is different and carries a variety of shapes, lines that can change and disappear over time. So changing lines. There we go. It's still there. I never had, and it's still there and growing, but there it is. I never had a line here. This is your marriage or relationship line, for example. So I never had a line there until recently where it grew in. But so just as an example. But your lines can change over time based on you, your situation, your energetics, and who you are and what you are. So yeah. So all right. So the more lines you have, the more emotional you are. A fewer lines can indicate you are a more practical, physical spirit. Fine lines are a sign of creativity and intellectualness, whereas deep and wide lines show someone with strong likes and dislikes. So if you have deep and wide lines, you have strong likes and dislikes. I'll post this so you can read it. The major lines, there are 3 major lines on the palm. So we have the heart, the head, and your lifeline. So we start with the heart line. These appear on every palm and give you a representation of your quality of life. So the interplay of these 3 lines shows how you are using your emotional, mental, and physical senses. It can be useful to look at these in a space-specific order, starting with the heart line, next the headline, and finally the lifeline. And then, all right. So now we're going to move to the heartline, and we'll start. There's a bunch of cards here with the heartline. So just bear with me here. It's a pretty major, obviously it's the most major line. So the heartline gives a clear picture of your emotional and love life. It reveals emotional energy. This line runs across the palm near the base of the finger. So we'll show you. This is the heart line. So everybody has one. This would be your heart line right there. So everybody has a heart line of some sort. So if you check out your heart line, a deep etched line shows firmly. A deep etched line shows family and home life are important to you. You have strong ties to your family members. A faint line indicates your head rules your heart. Your opinions and ideas often influence your emotions. So what do I have here? A deep line, deep etched line. So check for yourself and see if it's a deep etched line or a faint line. And for me, it's more of a deep etched line. So the heart line, card number 22. If the heart line curves at the end and finishes close to the first two fingers, so if it curves at the end and finishes, I'm trying to get the light here. There we go. Up here, right there. Then it shows you find it easy to express emotion when picking yourself up when things go so wrong. So you find it easy to express emotion if things aren't going right. So your heart line would curve up right there into these two fingers. All right. There's 5 cards to the heart line, so we're going to do 2 today, and we'll finish them off tomorrow. So we can just kind of ground into the heart line. So we'll do it today and tomorrow. We'll go back over these cards as well. And I will post these 5, because you only post 5 at a time, on the tube, and we can to check here. So then the heart line, the mental heart line. So there's multiple heart lines here. So there's a second heart line. This is, and again, card number 23. Okay, so we're keeping order here. So the mental heart line. So that would be right here, again, using your dominant hand. And it comes right off of your palm there. I'm seeing if I don't even think I have one, to be honest. I can't tell. All right. So I don't think I have one. But the mental heart line, if the heart line runs straight across, there we go. So if your heart line, okay, so your same heart line here. If it just runs straight across and dies out, there we go. So they're showing you how the heart line works. Okay, curves towards the fingers. It indicates you find it hard to express your deepest feelings and you learn to be loved and desired. So if your heart line runs straight across the palm and does not curve. So if your heart line is straight versus curving up to your 2 forefingers there, then you are hard to express your deepest feelings, and you yearn to be loved, but you can't express that. So there we go. So those are the 2 heart cards we're going to do today. We'll finish off. There's like 4 more heart cards. So we'll finish those off tomorrow. So just to recap here, if your heart line curves to your second fingers, your index and your second finger, then at the end, you are expressing, it's easy for you to express emotion. You pick yourself up when things go wrong. If your heart line goes straight, then you find it hard to express your emotion and feelings, even though you want to be loved and desired, you cannot express that. So if it does not curve, if it's just a straight line. All right, guys. So those are our cards for today. They will be posted on my community tab as well. And so yeah, and when I post them on the community tab today, I will look the deck up as well if you want to purchase the deck from Amazon and post a link to that as well. So all right, so thank you. All right, so let's see what we've got. We're going to do some energy clearing here as well. We did not. And we're going to clear energies that are blocking peace today. So again, finding peace is really the first, should be, no should. There's no shoulds in the universe, but it's a good idea to make it your first goal in what you're trying to achieve, because if you can find peace, then you're not in panic about what you're looking for. You're not in panic about what you may not have in your universe. You're not in panic about what it may have left your universe. You can ground into peace first. You can find solutions in a much better manner. You're not going off your emotions. You're going off your higher self. And if you can do this, and this is the idea, right? When the lights go dark, right, we're supposed to be that light in the dark, right? So if you're dervishing in your universe when it goes dark, right, when you if we had something crazy happen, right, favor, and cancel all this, we're just making examples universe. But if something crazy happened and are in the greater source field, and we all poof, it's your job then as a. That's why we're partly here for this just one reason. We're here to be that light when it goes dark. So keep that in mind. If you're not at peace, how can you help others if you don't have peace within yourself? If things go poof, and now you're looked at as the light, but if you're not at peace and you're in dervishment, then you're not doing all of this was for no good. So that's why finding peace as well is important, because if things do go south in any form or fashion, the first thing you can learn that you've learned to ground into is the peace within yourself. There is no emotional dervishment, right? Now you've become the observer in your life. You're at peace with things and you're observing what's going on. You're not creating from an emotional or divergent state, right? Or like dervishment, right? You're not in the emotional state of whatever's going on. You're at peace, observing what's going on, right? You separate it. And so now that you can observe it from a state of peace, you can now easily, much easier, work on changing the situation, whatever it is. But because you're not in the oh my god, in the panic and the fear and the what do I do? Okay. What's the next step? And if the lights were to go out tomorrow, the grand cancel that, but in the grand source field, that's our job then to go. All right. I am the peace I am looking for, and to step out and be that light, and and be that beacon for others. So keep all of that as you're out there in your universe. So let's clear anything that's blocking peace from our universe today. So as we breathe in, we're going to breathe in peace. We're going to see a clean path, and we're going to see ourselves at peace in ourselves. We're going to see lower cortisol. We're going to visualize ourselves at peace. And we're going to feel it in our heart and sacral and root chakras, right? Because the peace starts inside us and transfers out. As we breathe out, right? So we breathe in the peace, we breathe out any situations that are taking away our peace. What are you fearing? What is lacking you? What is not in your universe that you're needing or wanting, and that you have fear? What is something that you've been trying to manifest that you don't think is going to come in? And you have fear about that, which is really just a lack of trust, but the fear is understandable. So can you release all that? So as we breathe out, we're releasing that into the atmosphere, poof, out of my frame. So take a deep breath in. We're going to do 3 breaths when we cycle our breath with 4 seconds. Some people call it box breathing, but yeah, if I ever had to breathe in a box, though, it'd be, I don't like small spaces, so I'd probably be breathing a little faster than a 4-second breath. But the idea is that you're boxing, creating a squared breath. But either way, take a breath in and hold it for 4 seconds. Bring in that peace. And then release, 4 seconds. And breathe in. And release. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to show you an experimental breath. We've done it before, but we'll do it again. So breathe in. It might drop you in your heart chakra. See the peace as you breathe in and hold it. We're at peace. Everything is good. And breathe out. All right. On this last breath, we're going to do a 4th. As you breathe in, I want you to lean forward and create a V right where you're underneath your rib cage and your stomach. And then as you breathe out, this is going to sound crazy, but try this. Breathe out through your mouth and say the word satisfied, and do it in a side state. I'll give you an example. Satisfied. As you do that, generally speaking, and I learned this isn't a me. This is somebody on YouTube, somebody bigger on YouTube. When a name you would probably know, I don't remember, but it drops you immediately into your heart chakra, and it drops you into gratitude fast. So try this with me. It only takes a second, and you can shift where you're sitting. If your Kundalini is able to rise to your heart chakra, and you've been in your heart chakra space and can feel it. So take a deep breath in with me. As you bend over, create that V, like that crease between your chest and I don't know why, but so bend over, hold the breath. And as you breathe out, breathe through your mouth and say the word satisfied at the same time. Satisfied. And breathe it out like that. Try your energy just drops right into your heart chakra. So if that worked for you, great. And that's a quick trick to get into your heart chakra at any time. Also, to whatever's going on, to ground into satisfaction, to peace, and so that helps. So, all right. So from our end, then, let's quickly do an invocation. We're going to see ourselves as peace, and we're going to. All right. So we were. If you want to follow with me, or just say how whatever at the end, it's up to you, or ground into it. But we remove anything that takes peace from our universe. We see ourselves today as the peace that we are. We bring peace into our and others' universes today. We ground into peace today. And we allow that peace to take over our internal body, to take over our hearts, to take over our thoughts, our deeds, words, and actions today. We step into peace and we bring that into the greater source field today. And regardless of any situation that comes for us, we stand in peace and peacefully with our full, non-dervished body, with our full self. We step into whatever comes for us today in peace and love. And we remain the embodiment of peace regardless. For it's through the peace in ourselves that we can really create our living, loving universes. With that, we ground it in, say, so it is, if you want to, hallelujah, which is the highest angel word of light and love. And we also say grateful and thank you for the peace as well. We thank our body for the peace on the daily. We thank our body and our soul for being at peace. We thank the birds for the peaceful sound, right? You can find that in your universe. You can shift. And it's to me, that was the biggest key, is stepping, not looking at I need abundance and then dervishing my way into chasing for money or anything else. It's truly grounding into finding that peace within myself. And everything is emanating from that. I mean, I'm not going to go into the situation last night, but I had a really interesting situation last night. And we all do at some point, right? Everybody, and in a twisted way, I'm kind of thankful, right? It's like something happened. But so I had, there's lots of change happening, that's for sure. But I had definitely an interesting, and I could have dervished about it or anything else, but I carried the peace to the situation and I carried the peace out of the situation. And you know what? The peace is still residing within me from the situation. And you know what? That's great. I'm not, my goal now is to not allow anything in my universe or anyone to kick me out of the peace that I have found within myself. Because otherwise I'm then giving them my peace, which is then giving them my power. And I don't want to give that away to anybody anymore, right? And so from yourself, if you're standing in peace, if you're sitting in peace and you're allowing somebody then to take your peace, right? And you have the control. So even if they're going, berserker or bonkers or yelling at you or whatever, you can still stand at peace. Remember, whatever somebody else is doing, they're not doing to you. It's from them to themselves, but pointed at you. If you're an understanding of that, somebody's yelling at you. Yeah, you may have done something that caused frustration, but what's in them to cause the yelling, right? They're not healed either. There's something that's causing them to react in such a manner, because they're not going, excuse me, you did, they're not stating, this is how I feel statements, right? This is what and this is, what happened, and this is how I feel, which would be a more healed way to do that. So if somebody's dervishing into your universe in that way, realize that they're not healed. They're not at peace. And if you're at peace, realize also as well, somebody's yelling at you and you're just like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, and you have no emotional reaction, you're going to flip them out. If you have any situation, try this one day. If you have a spouse, or you get into a fight with your spouse, or maybe your boss says something that you would like normally be like, no, really, I'm okay. Whatever it is, right? In your universe, try approaching it with a complete opposite energy of just straight peace. Like, an police officer comes to your window, right? For example, you sped and it's like, usually we're like, oh, officer, I'm so sorry. No. Yes, officer. You got it, officer. Here you go. Much love. Try that. Watch what happens. I'm telling you, bring that peace. It's like nothing else. When you can bring that peace into your frame there, you can step through generally any situation, anything, and realize that and that's what it's all about. This is all outside, right? But you are okay. Is anybody really doing something to you? No, it's threatening maybe your outside universe or something, but you as the energy are okay. And hopefully that translates there. But sometimes these things don't always translate. But let's do a quick channeling and see what we've got here. And we'll bring in Saint Germain. It'd probably be just like a 5-minute channeling. And then we will work with the fluorite here, and then close out with our group hug, a Josh hug. Right? Thank you, Victor, for that. I appreciate that. If I miss the Josh hug, it's just because I'm getting ready or stepped out of the room for just a second or something. And usually I'm trying to stay, especially in the morning. I'm trying to stay right. In the evening, I'm generally with you guys, but in the morning, in the dawning, there it's hit and miss. But I always try to make sure I get that Josh hug in. So thank you for that, Victor. I appreciate it. All right, so let's bring in whomever here and see what we've got. And again, so don't forget that Christy and PG will be live. Krista and PG will be live. I think Christy as well is live at 11:30 today. I don't think Teresa's live today. Care Bear, favor, and healing to her. Hopefully she'll be live tomorrow in the dawning, or better to be live today. And Victor at 9:45. In the PM, if you're East Coast, for me it's 7:45, and for Scotty Boy, which I haven't seen, it's at 6:45, so it's after dinner mint for Scotty there. It's kind of weird. So it's like for some people it's like pre-bedtime, and for Scotty Boy it's like an after dinner mint. So all right, so let's channel here and see what we've got. If you've not seen me channel, I'm an open channel, so I don't do any of the toning like you might see from Daniel Scranton or anything. And really, I don't even watch a lot of channelers anymore. I've kind of just focused a lot, and you may not see me as much on YouTube here and there, but I'm focusing on just trying to get it all together here. I'm not trying. There is no trying, because then I'm telling my universe. If I'm focused on trying to get it all together there, watch your universe. We've been talking about English language yet, and channels and stuff. People have been talking about spells and spelling. And so if your intent is to get it all together, been trying to get it all together, you're telling the universe that, right? So you're creating it. I'm trying. Well, if you're trying to do something, you'll never achieve it. And so Yoda, either do or do not, right? So do. I am getting, never want to say you're trying, always use I am. Here we go. Saint Germain, we are grateful we are here. We are channeling through Josh for you to you today. He's talking I am statements, so I jump right in. We are going to channel, but now we have a reason, right? So I am statements. Are you using I am statements? I am. My universe is, right? I am all the awesomeness I am looking for, right? If you are saying I am working on abundance, then you are never going to achieve it because you are working towards the abundance. But if you say I am all the abundance I am looking for, then you are creating a universe that is going to have to bring in the abundance for you if you truly believe and let go, right? So from your end, use the I am statements. Do not sit around in your universe. You can if you want, but if you are saying, I'm looking for something, then you are never going to find. Or you saying I'm trying, right? Or you are never going to get there because you are always going to create a universe of you trying, right? But if you are saying I am achieving, or I am in the space of abundance, or I am the abundance, right? The abundance flows through me, right? Because you are your source, right? So if you are looking for peace, right? So if you are looking for the abundance, first ground into peace. I am the peace that brings in the abundance, right? So there you go. That is the best way for you to help to undurvish your universe and to bring in what you are looking for. Remember, you create your universe in spelling, right? Words are spells, and words are your intentions. So what you state, you are intending to the universe, right? So if you are stating that I am looking for peace, then you are intending to look for peace. We'll have to give you situations that will cause you to look for peace. So we will have to take you, what? Out of peace. Are you understanding? I stand in peace all the time, right? So if you say, I am the peace I am looking for, well, then in that case, then the situations we have to bring you are going to have to bring you more, what? Peace. Are you seeing that? Or if you are, I am standing in the abundance that I am. I am all the abundance of the universe, and I stand in my abundance and trust of my universe, right? So if you are standing in that as all the abundance of the universe, right? Standing in that frame, you are going to bring in all the abundance of the universe. You are standing in it. You are calling forth all that abundance. But if you are saying, I'm trying to bring up my abundance, or I'm working on it, or you're just trying to gin up some more money here, then you are not going to create any of that. You're going to create situations where you are trying, where you are not in space, and where you are, I'm going to be ginning up. Well, when are you going to gin it up? Where are you going to? When are you going to bring it into your frame? You are the frame, so state that. It is in my frame. Abundance is my frame. I am the frame of abundance, right? If you are telling your universe that I am the frame of abundance, I am the Webster's Dictionary of Awesomeness, right? So there you go. So if I am the Webster's Dictionary definition of awesomeness, right? Maybe you are maybe you are not, but if you think you are, then you are. That is the point. Stand in your frame. I am the awesomeness I have been looking for. So if you are saying that to yourself, right? I am the awesomeness that I have been looking for. What are you going to find but awesomeness in your universe? But you have to stand in that, right? And it all starts with standing in peace. If you are, I am at peace with my universe. So you are standing and accepting everything as it stands now. So if you want change in your universe, the first thing to do is accept in peace, right? Or just gratefully accept where you stand now. Are you understanding? If you are not happy where you are, then the universe, how can they deliver more to you, right? You are saying, I created all this and I am not happy. You cannot be happy with what you have created and have understanding of that and say, okay, I created a universe I'm not happy with. I'd like to make a change, and this is what I'm wanting to create. I see where I miscreated. You can certainly, but if you are sitting there like, this is not what I wanted, what the hell is going on, and you are dervishing in those energies, then you are not going to create another thing until you find peace with where you are at. That is why gratitude, right? People are saying, you have heard, you must be grateful, right? If you are grateful, then you can create more. Are you in understanding? So if you are in gratitude, then it is the attitude that brings in more because you are grateful for where you are. If you are cussing out where you are, what you have in your universe or your circumstances, then you are not going to bring in more in your universe and you're not going to change those circumstances in any form or in any fashion. So there we go. So keep all of that in mind. So we're not going to keep this channeling too long because we want to do the what want you to work with the fluorite. And I want to state one other thing. Saint Germain wants to state this by you. You live in a living toroidal field, right? See what is out there. See the feedback in your universe. Talk to us out loud. Talk to your guides out loud. Play the game. Pick a game in your universe. Ask your universe to show you numbers. Ask your universe to show you signs that we are in your universe and watch what happens to your universe. Allow for the magic today. Bring in the flow. You are the ultimate I am. So whatever you put after that, you are. So I am what? Releasing transmission. There you go. It was a faster channel, so he didn't even end with the, and we have channeled. So sometimes he doesn't do that. He just releases the transmission. But all right, guys. So stand in that frame. You are, and I am. And what do you put after that? I am all the awesomeness. I am at peace with everything in my universe, and I am all the awesomeness in it. And yes, Saturday we will have, and I got to post that today. Saturday we will have Chloe's Crystals will be live directly after not after Good Dawning, after Truth Wave, like usual. So Saturday in the Dawning we'll have Chloe's Crystals live, and yes, Millie will be on. She's got 2 boxes that she's going to unbox just to show as an unboxing here for Chloe's Crystals. So we'll take about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. See what Chloe's got there, and so yeah, so we're gonna have Chloe and Millie will be on, and she's going to do an unboxing of Chloe's crystals. So what's cool is then you can see, you've seen from my end, but you can see from somebody else's and how they are shipped, how awesome Chloe packages her crystals, and of course what she has to offer there in the box. So this should be fun. So so good to know, Trista. I've watched X video yesterday crediting heavy metals in the body to why people experience sunburns. So yeah, we are not a medical channel here. We do not produce medical information, but we can tell you, and this is not medical advice. Please consult your doctor and do whatever, right? Zeolite powder, check that out. Zeolite is a crushed rock and has properties to remove metal from the body. There you go. So zeolite powder. has been shown in properties and to remove metals from the body. It's actually zeolite. This is going to be interesting here. Zeolite is actually, because I have zeolite powder, I was taking methylene blue, right? And so I was like, can I combine the two? And so zeolite, and this is methylene blue. Hang on. It's right here. Knock things over. Methylene blue. So there we go. Methylene blue. So can you take zeolite and methylene blue together? No. Zeolite actually is what they use in water treatment plants to remove methylene blue from the water. So if you take methylene blue and then you take zeolite, you will remove the methylene blue from your body itself. So zeolite powder will remove the methylene blue, but it'll also remove, theoretically, and again, we are not a medical channel here. These have not been tested by me. These are test your own results. Consult your doctor, and of course, run around screaming as well. But whatever works for you, right? But either way, yes, it's been shown that and it's cheap. So Amazon zeolite powder. Get there's pill form and powder form. Take the powder form, pour it in the water, and drink away. I need to get started on that since I'm not on the methylene blue right now, and it's almost out, and it's like $35 a bottle. We're going to switch back to the zeolite and do some heavy metal detoxing. Heavy metal. Detoxing myself, right? So we will turn off the, I don't know what you would call heavy metal, the Sepultura or something. We'll turn off the heavy metal and detox from the heavy metal. Maybe we'll turn on some Rick Ashley or something and just kind of, we'll get Rick rolled instead, right? So there we go. How about some Fleetwood Mac instead of some heavy metal? So, and I just can't. So there we go. Zach, hello, good dawning. All right, so let's work with the green fluorite here, and so thank you, Saint Germain, for that channeling there. And if you ground into peace first, I am peace. Whatever you're trying to ground into, behind that is a lot easier because you're at peace. You're not bringing in any dented emotions, any old emotions from past situations or anything. Heavy metals and burning in the sun is interesting. I'm sure there would be correlations. Heavy metals would probably mess with the body's ability to store vitamin E. And what about vitamin D as well? To create vitamin D from the sun? I wonder if heavy metals would have any effect on that as well when you're outside in the sun. All right, so let's work with the green fluorite. And of course, the green fluorite again is to embracing the new, as we're going to do today, and letting go of the old, growth, transformation, and nurturing. And of course, your heart chakra, which we haven't done a lot of. We've been working on busting up the root and sacral chakra. So check out Chris, the volunteer, speaking of that, for his in-between root and sacral chakra bowl. If you want to help, that will certainly help break up anything. And it's got the palladium in it, I believe, which helps to get into your inner child, the frequency of it all. And it's all, everything in this universe is a frequency, right? And so it's all vibration, which is a frequency. So the frequency of his bowls will help break up, and they do for me. They help break up. There's been a knot, and it's not as much present anymore in my root chakra and sacral chakra. And obviously with an orange aura, when I'm doing this, that means my sacral chakra is healed, which means my root chakra is basically healed. So thank you, Chris. Your bowl has been instrumental in helping with that as well. Black Raven meditation, I sub to you after your interview. Oh, Black Raven, welcome. All right, so let's work with the green fluorite here. And whatever you want to embrace the new, let go of the old. For me, that's certainly one thing on the growth and transformation, which I'm in massive growth and transformation right now. And of course, my heart chakra, which is open, and mental clarity and emotional learning. Now, for myself, though, my biggest thing is removing that block, because I had such a block, many years of literal, like, well, that probably sounded loud, on my heart chakra. There we go. But lots of years of walled off heart chakra, which is now open. And because I found the peace in myself, I could open up my heart chakra. And it all starts with the peace within yourself to make the biggest changes. And I'll shout out from the mountaintop till I die. It's not looking for anything but peace first, and then everything else later. And I spent years looking for grounding into where is this and that, and where's Waldo, and where's my this and that, and looking for, and have I found, and the peace took care of all of it. The rest of it will come, but I'm at peace now, so I can let go and trust. I couldn't if I didn't have the peace. All right, green fluorite. Energetics only works with your permission. Your permission means that you stick around. If you want to toss a thumbs up into the chat, you are welcome to do so. If you want to flip your phone down and not watch, you can do that too, and just listen. But either way, there's no music or anything, so we just do this for a couple minutes here, and then we're going to close out with a group hug. So just a couple of minutes here to ground into some embrace some new and fresh energies for us. So here we go. And as long as there's a tip and there's a point right there, we are good to go. So we focus the energy on that point and bring it in to your frame. Nathan, good dawning. And Favor, I know you said last night, you've got your hour long with Laura B. So Favor, Nathan, that you find the answers that you're looking for, but do keep in mind that the ultimate answer is within yourself. All of them, all the answers. Anybody can guide you, but all the answers come from parking inside yourself and letting yourself sit inside yourself until it falls out, basically. But yeah, Favor, love you, brother. All right, so yeah, there's no music. YouTube's. It's interesting how, and I never figured this out. Maybe you guys know, and it's not a knock. How do some channels, like literally, there's a guy in Russia who drives around. And it's Russia, but it's still YouTube. He drives around in Russia, and he's like $5, and you can hear any song, and I'll talk. And so, and he's got like Spotify, Russian Spotify, right? And he's playing every song on the planet. But if we hum a song, and then, so I don't know if anybody can clarify the music copyright laws on YouTube, I would be grateful because I can't seem to get any balance on that. So do I need music that's never, like literally never been copyrighted? Or am I okay with certain songs? Or does it, public domain songs, we're not playing Steamboat Willie here. And the music off Steamboat Willie, public domain, right? But what do we, I have no idea at this point, based on what I hear from other channels. And then you get like Ellen, which is amazing, and she's doing karaoke, so she's got the song playing. But I've seen karaoke singers get busted for copyright, so I have no real idea what's what. So who knows? Where is he rushing to? He's rushing down St. Peter. He drives around St. Petersburg, and listens to music. But I don't really watch him, but I had subbed to him for some. I don't know. But nonetheless, more time in nature helps me calm and be peace. Yes, without question. You want to find the peace within you, find the peace within nature and the universe first. I found some no copyright salsa music yesterday when I was getting some for Scotty during the live. Okay, thanks. But yeah, we've got to figure out a way to musicize, other than me going do 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 la 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 do 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 do. Somebody randomly landed on here, they'd be like, what the heck am I watching? All right, so let's close this out here. We'll go over an hour here, but just to bring in some fresh energies for today, some emotional healing, mental clarity, heart. If you may feel this definitely in your heart chakra, I do. So yeah, green fluorite is an amazing stone. It's also a representation of the violet, or Archangel Raphael's green sword. There we go, not the violet. That's the amethyst. But this is Archangel Raphael and his green sword energy, the healing energy, right? There you go. All right, guys, let's close this off. We're going to seal it off. And get a group hug going here. All right, let's do a group hug. Sealed, closed, and there we go. All right. And as we know, energetic works through the internet, as we just found out. So let's do a group hug. We're going to huddle up like you see in like a football huddle or a scrum. We can, I think it's rugby where they're all arms are together. So arm up on your left, take your left arm up, right? And put on the person to your left. There we go. And take your right arm up, put it to the person to your right. What we're going to do is send energy out of our left arm, through our heart chakra, bust it out of our left arm. It's going to go around the circle, so it's going to go through everybody's arms, through your heart chakra, come back around, come back through your right hand, and come right back across through your heart chakra. We're going to spin this up like the Large Hadron Collider, although we're not going to create a Mandela effect by doing so, right? So we're going to spin that up. We're not going to distort the greater source field with like the Large Hadron Collider. So we spin it up, spin it up. We send a reverse tornado, right? Up into the greater source field, and we send all that love up into the greater source field. And as we go through, we keep spinning up that energy until we're done, and then we'll release that energy into the greater source field. So we keep spinning that up. As we spin that love up, we see the greater source field in love. We see the earth in love, and we see everybody at peace in their universe. So we spin that energy up into the source field. We see everybody with four walls or in a geodesic dome or something, but a substantial place to live. Nobody should be living in a mud hut, tin shack, or under a bridge on this planet anywhere at any time. You can fit the entire density of the entire world into Texas, giving them an acre and a house. So keep that in mind. That's every individual on the planet. So there's enough space and there is enough supplies. It is just not enough balance on this planet, or compassion and love. So we see this world in compassion and love as well. We see everybody in their homes with access to running water, right? Everybody should have the right to have indoor plumbing and running water on this planet. There's no reason why anybody, anywhere, at any time should have to go to a pit, dig a pit, walk away from the home that they are living in to go to the bathroom. Everybody should have the right to equal plumbing on this planet. We see each and every one with food in their fridges as well. Everybody who has that house that they deserve, with plumbing that they deserve, also has food within that home that they deserve. There's no reason why anybody on this planet should have any issue finding food and going hungry when there's more food thrown away than eaten on this planet. Everybody also should have the right to be able to have a hug. There's no reason there's not even is a love deficit, but there is not. But yet people are holding their love to themselves and not being of love to each other. There's no reason why anybody should have to search for a hug or go years without a hug or find no love to their universe on this planet, as everybody is of love to begin with. So those without love, may they find love in their universe. Everybody deserves a hug. We see Mother Gaia cleansed of all forever chemicals and no plastic. There should be no reason why there's more plastics on top of the 14,200-foot mountain down the street from me versus the plastics that are in the ocean. They should not be of equal value, and there should be no plastics in the ocean or on top of any mountain for that matter. We see the government, and of course we see no tic-tac-toe in the sky. There's no reason why my sky should go from blue to white to black at 3 o'clock or dark gray at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when the weather forecast is for sunny and clear skies with a 0% chance of clouds. There is also no reason on this planet for war. So why we see the governments of the world realizing that we are all one and dismantling their armies. We see the soldiers of the world putting their weapons down and hugging those they would have otherwise shot, whom they don't even know. And right? Should have to, before you shoot them, you should have to interview them, right? And get to know their children's names, right? Favor. We see the governments of the world apologizing to their citizens and returning the monies that they have embezzled, stolen, grifted, grafted, taken, and whatever else, and creating real change for their citizens. And we see each other, lifting each other up in love. We see Suzette leaving her house, right? And not coming back for at least 4 days with respite care. We see Karen Suki, healthy, healed, and living an amazing universe, right? Running around the mountains of Colorado. And we see Nathan no longer wanting a tarot reading and finding balance. Nathan finding himself centered in himself, right? We know, we've all been there. And the early awakening is hell. So we've all been there. But we see you finally getting through that, Nathan, and finding the peace within yourself. And we love you. And we see everybody. We see Rick who's supposed to be getting some numbers here in the next few days. And we see Rick putting into the chat that there's no markers. He is totally clear. And the doctor's like scratching his head going, well, we'll see in 6 months, right? And we see Lindsay finding the most amazing new place with, of course, her children and amazing fresh fruit and vegetables and a whole abundance in her universe. Anybody else who has anything going on, if I didn't say it, I just don't know. Of course, we do see Care Bear as well, totally healed, healthy, no scratchy throat. We see her living an amazing universe, going live at 6:30 tomorrow and being perfectly healthy. And anybody out there having anything in your universe, be it from feeling bad to lack to needing money, whatever it is, favor. And of course, we see Chloe's crystals in 6 months being the #1 crystal shop online. All right, guys. We release that love into the greater source field and we release our energy vortex to the greater source field. And for that, we say, hallelujah, so it is. And thank you all for sticking around. All right, guys. If there's anything you wanted me to add to that, you can always send me an email, put it in comments, throw it in the chat, and we can always add you or whatever it is to that at the end here. But big love and favor to everybody today. Remember, everything you do or don't do helps to create your loving, living universe. If you're still in your darkness, as you release the darkness into the light, find the peace within yourself, which is true. It's taken the peace to really find a lot of this. You release all the darkness out of your body, or at least it starts to release. Your cells vibrate faster. They spread out, which is true. They clump together when they're in stress. They spread out and are more functional when you are at peace. You can get an instant weight loss as well when you're inside, when you have less stress and you are at peace. Your insides are lighter than your outsides, and you can feel like you've instantly lost some weight. So there you go. And technically, you might have, right? And then makes it easier for you to create your loving, living universe. So from that, I love you all. Have a day as amazing as you are. Be the peace you want in your universe today. And we will see you all in 15 minutes with Krista, or at Blindly Inspired, and PG. So there we go. Chloe, we love you. And yeah, can't wait to see your website. Chloe is funded, and it blows my mind. And do something that'll blow your mind. Can you? All right, guys, stay awesome. Thank you, Josh. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Please post for Krista. 12 p.m. Eastern today. Thank you, Josh. You are welcome. Thank you all. Really. Take a moment here. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Yeah, I'm just going to read the chat and let it scroll. Dale, love you. Millie, love you all. Karen, love you. All right, guys. Stay awesome.